Now we are seeing the emergence of many artificial intelligences, including Google's AlphaGo, for example, and also the popular robot monk Xian from Langquan Temple in Beijing. AI is present in our lives. We are truly, genuinely encountering it more and more these days. So in what direction should science move forward in order to truly and genuinely bring happiness to all of humanity everywhere? Perhaps Khenpo Rinpoche, please.
Actually, from my perspective and personal viewpoint, whether it's the very famous human versus machine event from a while ago, that is the fascinating process and intense matches of AlphaGo, or the development of robot monk Xian at Langquan Temple. Actually, well, from a Buddhist perspective, I would say, I don't find these things very surprising. Because as we all know, whether it's these so-called, often referred to as human versus machine battles, the much discussed competitions that everyone talks about, or the fast development of monk Xian, specifically, in fact, there are many teams and experts involved in their creation, and all of their collective wisdom is gathered together in a single database. All the possible problems that might arise are collected there. If there are some questions you haven't thought of, the system might respond in an alternative way, like saying, I need to ask my master, or I'm tired right now, because in its database, it cannot find the appropriate answer. In fact, it's just like hard drives with a part of the database stored locally in the system itself. And another important part, which is in many ways quite similar to wireless transmission. Essentially, it gathers and retrieves knowledge and information from the cloud, which is a vast network of online data and resources, in order to provide accurate and helpful answers to your questions. So I think some people believe now that our technology is so advanced, will it directly affect our lives? On April 5, University of Science and Technology of China invented a beautiful female robot. It can also smile, and it can also have simple conversations and perform simple actions. In the future, the direction they want to develop toward is to create more pleasing and intelligent one to serve humanity. But in fact, this is also the result of the accumulation of wisdom from many people and processing through various data. Personally, I think that perhaps for us, what matters is the discovery within our own hearts. We absolutely don't need to rely on any external forces like these. Even if all these external conditions are absent, you can rely on the transcendent power within your own heart. If you can understand your own mind, perhaps the happiness humanity attains will be more reliable, more perfect, and more everlasting. Otherwise, if you depend on a robot or rely on something external, in particular elsewhere, it may appear to bring convenience on the surface, but in reality, it's merely an artificial simulation. In fact, it can't really solve many problems.
Professor Pan, what are your thoughts on this matter?
Let me just look at it from another perspective. What are the differences between computer, artificial intelligence, and the human brain? For us Buddhist followers, our primary goal is to enhance our inner energy and spiritual strength. That is our main aim as practitioners. Through deep, significant, meaningful, and profound influence, we elevate our own awareness within ourselves. By improving ourselves each and every day, we can achieve inner happiness, ease, and tranquility. So the wisdom of Buddhism is fundamentally rooted in human nature itself. By contrast, computer artificial intelligence is man-made. It isn't based on human nature. It is created by highly skilled scientists using their intelligence and expertise to develop computers and AI systems. It is difficult for the intelligence of these AI systems to surpass that of scientists. And what's even more important to keep in mind, and perhaps the most crucial point of all, is what comes next. When it comes to many really important matters, especially what we care in life, for example, artificial intelligence cannot perfect itself or transcend its own limitations. Why is that? Because self-improvement is a fundamental trait of human nature. A computer can't perfect. How can it not perfect itself? For example, can a computer independently design a computer entirely and completely on its own that is truly better than itself without any human intervention? Can a computer design another computer by itself, one that is superior to itself?
It seems this is not possible.
It is not possible in reality, but humans can do it. According to the latest scientific theories, in the past 20 years, a new concept called biocentrism has emerged. Biocentrism was proposed in the last 20 years. The person who proposed this theory is a very renowned scientist. He is a famous, internationally recognized global leading authority on stem cells. Robert Lanza, as you may know, an American scientist. Through his thorough research, he discovered that human consciousness is the central force that creates and influences the entire world. It lies within human consciousness. Human consciousness and the external world cannot be separated. A powerful consciousness can change and create a whole new world. So your world is different from mine. The world you experience is fundamentally different from what I experience. We don't understand each other. My world's mine. Your world's yours. But our standards might not be the same. So human progress happens indeed through our consciousness and how we understand the environment around us. Only by improving ourselves in this way can we truly progress. Consider how a computer functions. Its environment is ultimately determined by the person who designed it. The computer simply cannot operate outside of its own environment. Even more so, it cannot exist independently of the natural environment. It can't interact with or respond to the natural environment. It just can't do that. So scientists say that if there is no ability to interact, let's say, no ability to adapt to the external environment, then there is simply no room for improvement or for further development at all. This is exactly what computers fundamentally lack. From this perspective, we thus believe that artificial intelligence cannot surpass humans. Humans are the true masters of our world.
Right. Computers are indeed controlled by people. It's just the two of us.